my name is Luke Bouman. I'm the team leader of Luke Bouman Real Estate Team, and I am a real estate expert for Lake Macatawa. I'm here with David Nyitray with the ODC project and leading the Project Clarity initiative. David, thanks for joining us. I want to hear a little bit more about Project Clarity. Can you explain that to our audience?
Yeah, you bet. Glad to be here. So behind us is Lake Macatawa, and Project Clarity is a community initiative to permanently clean and restore the lake. So you might be wondering, what does the lake need cleaning and restoring from? And so it's a real simple equation. It's actually a dirt problem. There's too much dirt in the lake, and with that comes nutrients like phosphorus, which can lead to algae blooms and other negative effects. So our group got together in 2011 to do a research study, and then I've been implementing projects to help clean it up since that time.
And we are going to show a couple graphs while you're talking. Can you explain kind of like, I know there's some farm in different areas.
Yeah.
Graphs. Explain that a little bit.
So a lot of our restoration work really takes place throughout what's called a watershed. So all the water that falls in the Macatawa watershed ends up out here in Lake Mac. And because of that, when you're working on solving problems for nutrients and sediment getting there, you have to look all around in that area. And so a lot of the projects you'll see on this one graph are those that are in agricultural lands. Agriculture makes up about half of the land in the watershed, and so it's very important if you're going to address issues to go where most of the land is. And so the graph here shows projects that we've done on agricultural properties. The other chart just shows the number of projects in total we've been able to do. And in the time since we put our first project in 2014, we've done more than 130 across the watershed.
Gotcha. So it started in 2014. What even started this?
Yeah, so even a little bit earlier than that, we had someone who was out paddleboarding on the lake, and they were like, why does this lake look the way it does? We should get to the bottom of that. And so it started a 2-year research study that was done in partnership with Hope College and Grand Valley State University. And they came up with sampling systems throughout the watershed to find out exactly where the sediment and nutrients were coming from. And so from that launched a committee, a capital campaign. We raised close to $10 million to support projects to put in. And we've been working on that ever since.
What successes have you seen since 2014, 2013? How are you seeing successes? How's it going?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So one, both the easiest way to see success is just in the sheer number of projects we've been able to put in. And so in total from those projects, more than 38,000 pounds of phosphorus every year are no longer going into the lake. It's hard to imagine like how much phosphorus that is, but that's like 20 tons. I could describe like all the trucks it would take to carry that, but basically it's a big deal, the amount of phosphorus we've been able to remove so far. And on top of that, just having the community talking about it, learning about it, folks like Luke and his team who are concerned about making sure that the water quality stays great in our area, that's been a real win.
Gotcha. And where do you see things going kind of moving forward?
Good question.
What other projects do you have coming up?
So we're experimenting in two new areas, both on the monitoring side. So we're going to be installing new monitoring equipment throughout the lake that actually can send wireless signals where we can get the data without having to send a person out on a day like today and get water samples. The other area is an engineered solution. So you can do lots of projects by creating wetlands or holding more water on property and best management practices. But sometimes you need to actually come up with an engineered way to do that. So we're piloting an iron slag filter that will actually take phosphorus out from tile drains that come off of the agricultural fields in the area.
Gotcha. Well, we've worked with a lot of people who live now on Lake Macatawa. I know I have friends and family who live on Lake Macatawa. Is there anything that they can do to help with Project Clarity?
Yeah, great question. So especially if you have land on or near the lake itself, making sure that boundary with the lake is kept as natural as possible is really important. The other thing you want to do is work with your landscaping company to make sure they're not using fertilizers with phosphorus, because basically your property adjacent to the water is a pipeline for that nutrient, which really causes algae growth. So you may actually be, in trying to improve the way your shoreline looks, actually make it worse for you and your neighbors. The other thing you can do is just take time to learn more about water quality issues and talk with those that are making decisions about projects in and around your neighborhoods about how important that is to you.
Thank you. Would you have any hesitation to live on Lake Macatawa, swim in Lake Macatawa? Anything you can share there?
Absolutely not. Except on a today like today, I don't want to go swimming.
It's a little chilly today,
yes.
But I appreciate having you. Anything else you want to share about Project Clarity that
Yeah.
we haven't touched on yet?
If you'd like to learn more, you can visit our website, outdoordiscovery.org. On there, you can see when we have events coming up. We do have our annual update breakfast on Project Clarity coming up on May 22. And on there as well, you can support our organization either financially or becoming a volunteer or being part of the different programming we offer to the community. Thanks,
Great.
Luke.
Yeah, appreciate having you, and looking forward to staying in touch with you.